Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Okay, so today I'm gonna watch something that I have been waiting for it to come out. So Peter Monn posted a video a couple days ago, and if you know anything about me, first and foremost, if there's a Peter Monn video, I'm sat and I'm watching it. I will watch whatever all fucking 100 channels, I'm watching every single one. I'm watching the book videos, I'm watching the review videos, I'm watching the vlogs, I'm watching the drama videos. I'm sat when it's a Peter Monn video. Anyway, so I saw that he posted a video a couple days ago, and it was talking about an experience he had with Shane Dawson, which kind of very condensed was Shane Dawson being a little bit of a snake to him, and he basically, Amelia Fart, anyone remember that YouTuber? I don't even know if she still does it. But Amelia Fart and Trisha Paytas, Peter Monn was meeting up with them, and Peter Monn wanted to hang out with them after they filmed the video, basically, and they said they couldn't. They were going to hang out with Shane, even though Shane was saying to Peter about not hanging out. We're going to get to it, but it was a really, really, really condensed story Peter told, and I texted him, and I was like, oh my god, Shane Dawson is so shady. Like, is this something that happened? And he was like, yeah, like, he's so much more shady than, like, what you would think. I saw that he's posted this new video, and of course, before I watch a Peter Monn video, I'm liking that video. I've seen that he's done a video talking about this, and I really want to get to it. I thought it was really crazy, and I think as well, Peter Monn having these one-on-one exchanges with these YouTubers that he talks about. Oi, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I guess this was years and years ago, but let's hear what he has to say. I will link Peter's video down below. I love a little Peter Monn detox of just like watching his videos. It kind of distracts me from the real world. I just absolutely get enthralled by his videos so much. I think he is so charismatic. I really do love just taking a moment away from the world and watching his videos. But anyway, this one I'm really interested as well because he's talking about the Shane Dawson situation. So let's get into it. Welcome to Madonna. Wait, welcome to Manchester, Madonna. If you're on the streams, you'll know what that reference is. Welcome to Manchester, Madonna. Thank you. You miss these inside jokes when you don't watch the streams. Welcome to Manchester, Madonna. Thank you.
I just try to fill it with as much as possible, and I'm just so grateful. And I think one of those is one of the reasons why is because this is what I get to get up and do every single day.
And he loves that icon hat.
I cherish it so much, and I love it so much. And so I want to talk about this a little bit today. I actually want to talk about a video something that I said in a video sometime last week about an interaction that I had with Shane Dawson and Trisha Paytas and Amelia Fart, and because somebody sent me a Reddit thread that was talking.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring up a picture of Amelia Fart if people don't remember. Amelia Fart. What's the water ride at Disneyland called? Grizzly something? Love it. I'm just thinking of it right now. This is Amelia. Do you remember? Really popular at a time on YouTube. That's no shade. I just don't see anything. A cameo? How much? £2? Oh, £16. Mama, that's Miranda Sings. Anyways.
Talking about this. So I want to kind of bring it up and explain why I brought it up originally and things like that. But I'm starting to feel better. So I was sitting here and I was watching Big Brother. I was getting ready to go in and watch Love After Lockup. And I thought, no, I'm sitting out here. I'm drinking some of this Throat Easy tea, which is kind of nasty. And so I thought, why don't you just film this video tonight? Because one of the comments in there said that they used to love my videos, but that I'm so aggressive and nasty and screaming at at the camera, and that they had to unsubscribe to me because they don't watch YouTube for screaming and stuff like that. Hey, I get it, you know? And I've said this enough in my videos.
Peter's being really nice there, but like, I always think it's really weird whenever people are like, I have to unsubscribe from you. Like, you're too loud now, or I have to unsubscribe, and say something about someone's character or personality. Do people realize how actually rude that is? Like, that's more rude than what you're accusing the creator of being rude for. Like, you're like, oh, I have to unsubscribe because of something within your personality that has developed. I do not like you for it. Okay, well, the channel is called Peter Monn. Like, that is a part of Peter Monn. So why are you announcing your departure? Like I say, it's not an airport. You do not need to announce your departure, especially for some just like lame ass shit like that. It just feels more rude than anything to turn it around on someone and be like, oh, I have to leave. Okay. But also, they're giving Peter criticism for being loud and stuff. But if you watch Peter Monn, like us vloggerinos do, then Peter Monn recently has really been coming into his own, and he always has been, but it's been nice watching Peter get kind of like a new burst of confidence. And from my perspective, it looks like thrill to make videos. And if that means that Peter is louder or more in your face or whatever, holy shit, you're speaking to the person who's the most in your face ever. I love it. And I love whenever I watch a video and I see that people are interested. And I also love a monotone video, but I love when I'm watching a video and I'm like, oh, they're excited to film this, or they aren't looking at this like a chore or something like that. So just let Peter be Peter. Peter, the horse is here.
These late night conversations are a little less fan flipping, a little less obviously drama phone and things like that. And so I feel like I'm just talking to you as I would talk to a friend. If you feel the need to unsubscribe to me because you feel that my tone is a little bit different in videos and whatnot, listen, I totally understand that. I don't take any offense to that whatsoever. I really don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want like a mass unfollowing. Like I really appreciate those people that follow me.
He said, if you do not like me, you can feel free to subscribe, but not too many of you.
But I also am very fully aware, and I'm going to talk about my age in a second, but I'm also fully aware that this need for me, I refer to it as my standing up for myself era, which is a little bit of what we're going to talk about today because I'm done playing games. And some people are going to accuse me of things. I'm just going to come with the proof because I'm just tired of playing games. In all honesty, I've been accused of being a liar for the 7 years that I've been on YouTube, and I'm just going to start coming out with the facts because it's just bullshit at this point. There's no reason for me to continue to hide behind and be like, well, don't read text messages, don't read DMs, don't prove yourself wrong. Fuck that. If I have proof to the contrary, I'm just going to come out and read it.
Oh my God, hearing Peter swear is always such a thrill. But yeah, and also, I don't know if people remember, but one of the biggest things in the Trisha Paytas Shane Dawson fallout was that I think it was Peter Monn had a voice memo of Shane Dawson making fun of Trisha, or that he had talked mad shit about Trisha to Peter Monn, and Peter Monn openly said it. And that was one of the biggest things. And Peter was called a liar after that as well. So we'll hear what he says about that. Oh my God, whenever you're a drama channel and you have like close connections to the people you talk about, it's like, oh my God, I could never.
So anyway, I understand this need for myself to stand up for myself, and this need to address situations that come my way, or to tell the truth as I see it about the people that I've interacted with behind the scenes for years and years and years, and I get very passionate about it. I can understand how that probably translates to some people as aggressive, or which I think is, I think that can be a dangerous word to use sometimes, obviously, but I think that sometimes passion is misinterpreted. I also think that passion can be about excitement, or it can be about passion of feeling like you need to be vindicated, or you need to tell the truth.
But also, being passionate is not a bad thing. Let Peter live.
Misinterpreted as anger,
But also, if you're going to talk about some controversial topics or whatever, or things that have happened to you and you want to get angry, it's your channel. Oh my God, I don't understand why an audience would complain about that. And listen, I've had people complain about that to me, but at a certain stage, I'm like, all right, babe, like, what do you want me to do? Like,
for years and years and years, my best friend, who, she shared this in videos, and she doesn't care if I share it, but, she and I are both sober, and she'll say, sometimes my passion as a sober person is misinterpreted, and she'll say, like, as a man, if a man is passionate about something, well, they're just like, they're strong-minded and whatever, but when a woman is passionate about something, she's a bitch. So if I'm passionate about recovery and I take this very, very seriously, then she's being a bitch, is what, she's been accused of through the years. And she's like, I don't really care if I'm a bitch, or I'm seen as a bitch, because of my my passion.
You say I hustle, put in the work.
For people in recovery. I also don't care at this point if my passion for the truth.
If I was a man, then I'd be the man. I'd be the man.
Nasty human being. Like if that's how you're going to see it, that's how you're going to see it. My need to stand up for myself and not allow myself to any longer be a doormat when I've allowed people to walk over me for years and years and years has gone on too long. And my need to stand up for myself is more important than your level of comfort in watching my videos. So as much as it makes me sad that there are people out there that no longer feel as if they are able to watch my videos because they're like, oh, Peter's screaming, Peter's cussing, Peter's this, whatever. I totally understand it. It makes me sad that you feel like you have to leave. But it is more important to me that A, I stand up for myself, and that I am as close to my most genuine, authentic self as I possibly can, number one. And number two is that maybe to somebody out there, and I've gotten several comments from people, several DMs, several emails that people are like, thank you so much, Peter, for standing up for yourself, because I haven't for so long in my life. And that this is, like, witnessing you doing this is really empowering me to feel like I can do it. It's not just for me that I'm doing it. It's for that one person out there that has never felt like they could stand up for themselves and to say, see, if I can do it, you can do it too. I can go all the way back to kindergarten of being bullied, all the way through junior high, high school, all the way into sobriety, workplaces, romantic relationships, family situations. I have been a doormat my entire life and never stood up for myself. And those days are fucking over. I'm done with it. Today in my life, and I think that it took me doing some very, very deep 12-step work an inventory. I think it also took me getting really, really into the trenches in therapy. And it also took me to finally, for the first time in my life, be surrounded by a very small group, but a very loyal, good group of people that have my back at any expense. And I feel
I'm the #1 advocate for keeping your circle small. Beyond words. Oh, a big group ends in disaster.
probably the safest that I've ever felt in my entire life, and I can say this with all certainty. I would rather have one person by my side that I feel safe next to and that is loyal and has my back and I have theirs than be surrounded by 100 people.
There could be 100 people in the room.
Liked and accepted by the masses, and you know, when I was
and all it takes is one.
The life of the party and how people like me and things like that. I don't care about that anymore. I really don't. It's been a long road, in all honesty. You know, one of the things that the people that don't like me are always quick to throw up is, oh, he's 50 years old. Well, they usually age me up to about 60, right? You know, but they'll say, you know, like, oh, like he's 50 years old. You know, he should be over the drama, or why is a 50-year-old consumed with this, or why is a 50-year-old whatever. You know what? I've always been a slow learner. I have, and if you watch any of my other channels, it's not something that I like lie about. You know, I'm like I've always been a slow learner to things, and I'm somebody that.
But also let him live. My God.
To my detriment and also to my strength, I think, has always given people 9th, 12th, 14th, 16th chances because I want to forever believe in people, which is why I hang on and I linger on for so long. I think part of this standing up for myself era is that I was giving the inappropriate people chances to redeem themselves. People that, number one, I didn't really care about that much anyway because they were just influencers, which I think is such a phony ass word. But number two, because they don't really matter to me in the grand scheme of things, I should really be caring more about, you know, my husband, my best friend, my mother-in-law, my cousin, my dad, my stepmother, things like that, my sponsor. I should really care about what they think other than what some fancy ass influencer that lives in California that is only using me to manipulate a story behind the scenes thinks. And in all honesty, when I started on YouTube, I was very taken and I would say things like, oh, if I met this person, I'd faint a million faints.
I mean, as well, I think I'm always very glad at the era that I started doing drama and commentary was after these YouTubers were trying to use them all. So I never had any of them like in my DMs trying to leak stories or in my DMs trying to, you know, favor me or whatever. But it's crazy to think that the drama channels that are, you know, way beyond me in terms of, I want to say, knowledge, you know, they've been doing this a lot longer than me. They lived through eras where the creators that they talked about were actively trying to manipulate them behind the scenes, and Peter was one of them. And it's just kind of like, I don't know how the YouTubers ever thought they were going to get away with it in the grand scheme of things, but apparently they did.
I was very enthralled with that whole thing. I think that was actually kind of probably the incarnation of the whole drama community, was that back then, was that majority of us, and I can't speak for them, but I witnessed it. So if I'm wrong, I apologize to my colleagues at that time, but that was kind of what I witnessed, was that we were just people that loved YouTube. And we started talking about these people, and then these people kind of shined us on and gave us...
And you did it at my birthday dinner.
What we didn't realize at the time was that we were being manipulated behind the scenes because they would say things to us very nicely, they would talk to us very nicely, things like that, you know, and we wanted to be liked by these people. Many of us, well, I guess, like, again, I can only speak for myself, but I've heard other people say it too. Many of us were people that weren't liked by people in much of our lives, you know, or weren't, you know, popular groups, crowds. And so to have somebody on such a huge level like that, and yes, this is phony, superficial bullshit, but it's my truth. And it's what happened with me. No matter what was going on, for somebody out there to be like, oh, well, Peter said this in a video and I like that. Or, hey, like, you know, like I left a comment on your video, you know, like that meant a lot to me, right? Today, I look back on that and I realize that it was just such utter bullshit. And in all honesty, and I'll probably contradict myself somewhere in this video, but I don't blame the influencer for that. Like, I don't blame the Shane Dawsons or the Jeffree Stars for manipulating me. I think they did what they had to do at that time to protect their careers, protect their businesses, to try to control the narrative. I wasn't the only one they were doing it to. They were doing it to many, many people. I blame myself. I take full responsibility as a grown adult that I should have known better. And I think that...
I mean, that's very easy said than done, so I hope that he's being gentle on himself, because if they were doing it to everyone, then they were doing it to everyone, and everyone was enthralled in that world as well. So it's not really, and it was such a new phenomenon, and that's why it worked for these YouTubers, so it's not really something you can push yourself down for. I understand trying to find an outlet for blame and stuff, but I don't think this lies on Peter or any of the channels that these YouTubers were trying to get in, you know?
One thing that people probably, you know, here I am sitting here talking about all these people, but one thing that I figured out very, very quickly, because, you know, I entered this, if I'm 51 now, I entered this at what, 46, 47? One of the things I realized very quickly was when somebody's like, oh, hey, like, I really like you, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, oh, hey, yeah. And whatever they're saying to you, they're saying behind your back to somebody else, right? Like, I mean, that was lived experience that I have lived for 46, 45 years of my life already that far, you know? So, you know, I'm dealing with people that are much younger than me, you know, 30 years old or whatnot, that are trying to kind of like shine me on a little bit. And at first I was taken by the pop culture celebrity of these YouTubers that are on a huge level. But after, you know, very quickly interacting with them, what I realized was that for me to kind of be able to continue to get information or do what I wanted to do, that I had to speak to them the same way that they were speaking to me. So I don't want for 1 second for anybody to think that they were like getting one over on me or whatever. I'm going to read some conversations to you. And very much in these conversations, it's like, yeah, like, hey, like, I totally didn't know. And I'm like, yeah, like, hey, don't worry about it. It's totally okay. And that was very gamey on my part. I totally take ownership over that, right?
But I mean, who's at fault there? The YouTubers that are trying to use you, or someone feeding into being used? You know what I mean? I think it's as simple as that. Who were the ones that had the bad intentions? The Shane Dawsons and the Jeffree Stars. Peter Monn is openly saying here, oh, but this was my fault, or this is whatever. But you're at the same time acknowledging that you didn't have a bad reasoning or something for doing it, but they did. You know, they were trying to get something. You weren't trying to get something. You were just going along with it because it was exciting and new, and these people were big, you know?
It was also part of me sitting back and being like, yeah, like, I really see who you truly are. Like, I see your true colors, 100%. And I think that, you know, from going back and listen, I'm gonna talk about Shane Dawson and this whole Amelia Fart thing today. People are like, well, Peter just won't let this go. He's brought it up over and over. I probably maybe brought it up. I think I said in that video, I don't think I've ever brought this up before. I don't remember ever specifically talking about it in a video before. I may have mentioned it here and there, but I don't remember talking about it over and over and over again, the Amelia Fart thing. If I have, I'm very repetitive with my stories.
I don't think he has, but, and I watched those Peter Monn videos.
The reason that I brought the whole story up was not because I haven't moved on from the situation. If you don't know what I'm talking about is a situation where I was in LA to do a video with Amelia Fart. A lot of people have asked where Amelia Fart is today. Amelia is still very active on Instagram and has a Patreon and things like that. I believe that she has left doing YouTube videos and actually made a video saying that she was leaving YouTube. So she and I had gotten very friendly, and I just loved her vibe and her style and everything that her spirit spoke of and still do. And so I don't follow her that closely today, in all honesty, but I had gone to LA once, and she was not there when I was there originally. And so I came back out.
I do just want to say something as well about people giving him criticism for, oh, haven't you already talked about this topic? Bitch, you're watching Peter Monn's channel. What is Peter Monn to talk about other than Peter Monn experiences on Peter Monn's channel? It's the most tired, bullshit, annoying thing. Oh, you've already talked about this. Okay, well, what now? When I got back home, she called me and she said, you want to come back out to LA? I'm going to be in LA. And I said, yeah. So I turned around like a month later and I came back out specifically to do a video with her. And when I was out there, I had reached out to Trisha Paytas. Now, this is important. Okay, this was in February of 2019. In August of 2018, I met Shane Dawson, Rylan Adams, Andrew, Garrett. It was just before that, yeah. And at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas on the 26th of August, 2018. That was when I was there for my anniversary. The way that meeting came around, in all honesty, was that he was tweeting that he was in Las Vegas. I was tweeting that I was in Las Vegas. A lot of people were like, you guys should meet up. So he, I believe, reached out to me and said, hey, like, do you want to meet up, blah, 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 whatever. I was like, yeah, that'd be really, really nice. I was very enamored with Shane Dawson at that time. We met up. We had a very interesting conversation. It was a very nice conversation. I made a whole video about it. I was like, I can't believe I met him. He was so nice. They were very nice to me at that time. People often ask me, like, why has your tune changed with Shane Dawson? I mean, I think it's an interesting question. It's like, do you not have people that you interact with in your work world or in your personal life that your opinion changes from 1 month to the next? You know, yeah, but we're also not talking about a series of months here. We're talking about 2017, 2018 or something like that. Like, holy shit. Cut Peter Monn some slack.
My best friend says to me all the time, like, my opinion can change, from 1 minute to the next about somebody. I found out that while I was meeting with him, he had just recently had a conversation. I found this out a long time after that, but he had a conversation with somebody talking about me negatively. I have the voice note saved on my phone.
Of course.
This other person, where he's just literally trashing me left and right.
Of course.
And some people want to know, like, why I'm not coming out with all this at the same time. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm saving this stuff, right? Like, I've lived on this earth long enough to know that there will be a time and a place to bring all this out.
Time and place! And you did it at my fucking birthday dinner! Yes, Peter.
And I have a lot. So that voice note will come out sometime later. I used to say I probably would never play it. I think it'll probably come out at some point. And I'm not just, like, teasing that. It's just, like, right now is not the right time. I don't really have a point to prove with all that. Just as that he was talking shit behind my back. He was very upset about, well, really what he was trying to do was, he was trying to get on this person's good side, and so he was telling them horrible shit about me because he knew that this person and I had a falling out, okay, which we later made up. And so he was talking shit about me to this person that he knew. This is what Shane Dawson does, okay? Shane Dawson is very calculated and manipulated behind the scenes. So he said all this kind of stuff. One of the things he said in there was, this is why I kind of hinted at my video, because I know that Shane Dawson watches every single video that's made about him. Shane Dawson reads everything that's online about him, even though he says he doesn't want to read about. He is obsessed and consumed with the drama, okay? As is Trisha Paytas, as are all these people, Jaclyn Hill, Jeffree Star. They read and watch everything that is made about them, okay? Just so y'all know, everybody's like, they got teams. They watch every fucking video. They know what is said. They know what's written about them on the Reddit threads. Trust me, I've had conversations with all of them about this. Okay, they can't help them. So when I say something in a video like about Shane Dawson being very upset with me because of a review that I gave Joy Graceffa's book. I'm saying that so that he knows I'm referencing that voice note to that person. So he knows what the fuck I'm talking about, okay? So anyway, so I had gone out there to do this video with Amelia Fart.
Whoa.
Trisha Paytas. So Trisha and I were very friendly at that time. So I had said to Trisha something about, like, possibly getting together, whatever. She said, if you're ever out here, give me a call, okay? So I thought it would be really fun to get the two of them together and surprise Amelia with Trisha Paytas, okay? And Trisha and I had like a brief conversation on the phone at that point about that. I don't remember how that conversation went, but we had like some brief exchange about that. What happened was, okay, so I was very excited about like...
Sorry, I know that was a very quick turnover, but that's so fucked up that Shane Dawson asked Peter Monn to meet him in Vegas because, you know, the Drama Channel and Shane Dawson's were kind of like working one-on-one during that era, especially 2017, 2018. Just for him to be shit-talking Peter behind the scenes the entire time. At a certain stage, it's like, it's so much easier to just not meet up with people that you're talking shit about or not befriend people that you're talking shit about. Just double down on talking shit about them. Don't lie to them.
This would be, and people are like, why is Peter so upset that Shane stole his moment? I can
Not it's giving you and Colleen and Dublin.
Shane Dawson is. It's not like I'm like so bent out of shape because Shane Dawson stole my moment. It's not like people like, listen, it's not about that, okay? I've had better moments in my life, trust me, okay? You know, watching my nephew battle it out with some little girl at the wedding in a dance battle was a moment, okay? Me giving Amelia Fart a moment with Trisha Paytas is not a moment in my life, all right? I could give a fuck about that in all honesty, right? Like, let's just keep it real, okay? I don't know about all of them, but I'm a real person living on my front porch in Indianapolis, Indiana with my husband and my dog, okay? You know, seeing my mother-in-law come down the stairs in a dress that she had picked out and her hair up and looking the most beautiful that she had looked than I had seen her in a long time. And my mother-in-law is beautiful to begin with. And how proud she was of seeing her youngest son get married, that was a fucking moment. Okay, introducing Trisha Paytas to Amelia Fart was not a moment. All right, so people want to say like, oh, Peter's so upset that I could give a fuck about that. I was using it as an example to prove to you who Shane Dawson is. So people that want to defend Shane Dawson that don't want to.
But also, bringing up a story doesn't mean that it's all consuming to you. It's literally just telling something that's on your mind. Can we normalize that as well, please? Thank you.
Okay. So anyway, so we were out there. Well, Trisha said something to me to the effect of that day wouldn't work. Okay, I'm going to read this to you in a second. That the day that she was going to come over, because Amelia and I were filming, she knew that day wouldn't work, that she had other things. Because Shane had reached out to her to do a video. Okay, I put these pieces together later, all right? Because when I'm sitting there with Amelia, I said something to Amelia about doing something later. We ended up going out to eat. We were going to do something later. And she said, well, Shane invited me over to his house. And she said, I asked him if he cared that if you came. And he said he just wanted to kind of keep it us, right? Okay. So I had been texting Shane at the same time, too. Now, people want to say that Amelia and Shane were friendly. They had never met before. Period. In the story. Okay, I have proof of that in text messages. So people that are saying that Peter's lying, Peter's making all this kind of bullshit up, okay, I'm not a fucking liar. I am tired of being called a fucking liar, and if I have to read every fucking text message that's in my phone to prove that wrong, I will. Okay, if I have to put these people in full blast to show what shitty ass people they are and read every fucking text message. That's the point, just let me tell you, okay? You guys want to defend these people, and for years I've just said, oh, this person's not a good person, just trust me. And you guys are like, oh, you don't have anything, trust me. I have phone calls and text messages to back this shit up, okay? This is the thing that YouTubers do, okay? They don't ever send you a text message usually. They usually send you a voice text, because that way they can see when you've listened to it and if you keep it or not, okay? I have a few saved voice notes. Not a lot, but I have a few. But that's how they do it, okay? It's always big influencers. They usually don't text you. They usually send you, like Jeffree Star is killing for this. Jeffree Star doesn't ever really text, except for like emojis. Like the skull emoji, whenever we talk about James.
For better or for worse, I'm a texter. I send a couple voice memos if I'm too lazy to type. But let me tell you something. I love texting. I'm a texter. But yeah, I can understand the annoyance with being called a liar and stuff. And then when you bring topics up, then you're, oh, well, here the liar goes again. It's probably one of the most irritating things that can happen to you when you're doing what we do, because it's just trying to discredit everything you do. So I feel Peter on that.
Anyway, it was always a skull emoji that he'd send me, okay? That was his favorite emoji to send to me about them, all right? But it was always voice notes, voice notes, voice notes. Well, I accidentally kept a few of them and I didn't know that. And I don't think Jeffree Star knows that I have them either, okay? And they're very incriminating voice notes. So trust me, not about him using certain language, because if I had those voice notes and he never used that language talking to me on the phone, ever, because if he did, I would have already talked about that. But anyway, so Shane Dawson at the same time knew that Amelia, because apparently, I don't know, Trisha had said something to Shane about, well, Peter's going to arrange just like meeting with me and Amelia and whatever. So Shane arranges for Trisha to come to his house, and then he's going to do this whole video with Amelia Fart. I hadn't even really planned on filming anything.
Oh my God. So Shane Dawson took the idea that Peter was going to introduce Amelia Fart, who was a huge Trisha Paytas fan, to Trisha Paytas for a video. So Shane Dawson invites Amelia and Trisha over to his house to do that himself, but uninvites Peter and steals the idea for the video! It's just so fucking catty. Oh, it's so catty. It just is so catty. I mean, it's a perfect example as well of him stealing the conspiracy series idea. Like, not an idea in that man's head, but like, it's just so fucking rude. And then to uninvite Peter. Wait, did they end up doing that video? I'm pretty sure I remember seeing a video with Shane, Amelia, and Trisha. If they've done this video, so is this the one that they stole from Peter then? Trisha Paytas. Okay, wait. Amelia Fart, Trisha Paytas. Let me see. Shane Dawson. Shane. Yeah. Oh my god.
That I don't think I'm funny either. Really? Especially like that quick, like when people make quick jokes. Yeah. Like,
wait, so Peter was left at home for this whenever this was his idea, and Shane uninvited him?
I need to tell you a story.
I can make myself.
It's just so fucked up.
Really? Yeah, because I think like, yeah.
You know, people laugh at your videos though.
Yeah, but I think like,
So it's
funny
like,
comedian.
Hi.
We have a new guest. Oh, in a full car. Hi, Trish. I didn't know if you told her to hide because you were like this. I'm like, is she hiding or? How are you?
by the way, everyone looks very skinny in this angle. Just FYI.
So, just an idea stolen from Peter. That's so annoying. The fact that Peter had it organized and then the idea got stolen from him and he got uninvited from it.
With Trisha and Amelia, I just wanted Amelia to meet Trisha. I thought that was kind of a big ask to ask Trisha, like, do you care if we sit down? Now, I did not include this in my video the other day, but I want to explain this because, you know...
Wait,
like,
what?
Coming for Trisha.
I'm reading the description. To be honest, I didn't even know what to say about this. I understand that people have different perspectives. I hope you'll listen to mine. This night was the wildest dream come true. I don't know what else to say. Thank you, Shane Dawson, Ryland Adams, and Trisha Paytas. You're vibrant, warm, and beautiful, and mean more to me than I'm able to... What? Huh. Interesting. I feel bad for Peter.
Or based on her own life story, her own truths of things that she's done people want to say are nasty. Okay, or me giving her a free pass, as people say. Well, okay, it doesn't matter. Whether I am supporting her or whether I am like holding her accountable, people aren't happy about it. But I will say in this moment, Trisha knew, I think, that like I was kind of like confused about the whole situation. So she turned around and she took time out of her day to set up for me to come over to her house the very next day and film. Because I think she felt bad about the whole situation.
Now, hold on. So did Trisha and Peter do a collab? Oh, I'm finding out so much lore. I was so uninvolved in YouTube during this era. I was busy being a woman's therapist. Let me see. Trisha, Paytas, Peter, Monn. Where's the video? Hello? Where's the video? I'm not seeing a video. I'm sure it's been deleted, but where is it? Oh, where is it? Damn it. Fuck. I wish I saw it. They filmed a video together. I want to see how these two people interact together. Peter, if you see this, can you please send me a snippet of it? Please, Peter. Please. I want to see how both of you interact with each other so bad.
Situation that I wasn't included in this Amelia, Shane, Trisha situation. So Trisha went out of her way to have me come over to her apartment, okay? And that was where I sat down on her kitchen floor and I filmed that video and things like that. Trisha went out of her way to make sure that that happened because I think she knew.
Okay, so I think Peter's going to say this, obviously, but so Trisha then set up for Peter to film a collab with her so that Peter wouldn't be angry with her that Shane Dawson stole his idea with Amelia and Trisha and uninvited him and was very rude to him. Okay.
Like, Peter's not included in this. I'm not going to tell Shane no, things like that. Like, a lot of people were putting this on Shane and this Reddit or on Trisha and saying that Trisha knew and Trisha that. I think Trisha didn't know what to do in that situation. I'm not, like, defending her honor because, like, there's a lot that Trisha has done that I think she needs to take accountability for. But in this moment, I was really like, she never had to film with me. She had never to say anything to me, right? She could say, yeah, well, I'm filming with Amelia and Shane, go get fucked, right? But she didn't. She was like, hey, but, like, listen, I'm really busy tomorrow, but, like, let me see if I can fit you in. And I was flying out the next day, and she fit me in. She was very gracious. So I just want to paint that picture because I think it's only fair if I'm going to call people out for things they need to take.
It is so catty. And Shane Dawson is like in his 30s.
I think that Trisha was trying to do the right thing. I really do believe that. And like I said, when I met Trisha, when I filmed with Trisha, she was only kind and gracious to me.
I need to see this video, Peter.
She told me about her life. I told her a little bit about my life. She asked me where I wanted to film. I said, can we film the kitchen floor? She was like, yeah, absolutely. We film the kitchen floor. She was
And how did that make you feel, Adam, at 14?
and, you know, and it is what it is. I mean, a lot of people have issues with her. I have issues with her as well. But that was not one of the moments that I take issue with. I think that in being fair and objective to any story or to any situation, it's important to show the truth about all those situations. Just like I think it was very kind for Shane Dawson to meet me in Las Vegas. Like, he didn't have to do that. I don't know if he felt pressured, but whether he did or not, it was very nice for him to meet me. I mean, they all got fans. They flipped fans. It was, you know, it was nice for me. You know, it was a cool moment. And whatever. It would have probably meant a little bit more to me if I didn't find out that he had just been talking a week before me, some shit behind my back. But, you know, it is what it is. It was nice. We had a, you know, nice conversation and whatever. Interestingly enough, this is going to stop in just a second. Hold on. Okay. Interestingly enough.
I love when Peter does that because he goes like this. He like does a little pose with it as well. He goes like this. So he'll be talking and he'll be like this, right? He'll be like, da 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 da. Okay, wait. This is gonna stop. And does a little pose. I love it. Da 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 da. This is gonna stop. I love it. Look. It's fierce.
Talking a week before me, some shit behind my back.
It's fierce.
You know, it is what it is. It was nice. We had a, you know, nice conversation and whatever. Interestingly enough, this is going to stop in just a second. Hold on. Okay. Interestingly enough, when I was reading back through my text messages, which honestly I haven't read in years.
I love him.
He said something about the reason that he didn't invite me over to his house was because the last time that he saw me, the only time I've ever seen him was in Las Vegas. That's the only time I've ever seen the man in person. The last time he saw me, he knew that there was some shit between Trisha Paytas and I. Okay. Well, that's a lot.
Okay, so now Shane is like trying to deflect and blame Trisha, which we're aware he's done a lot. So thank you, Peter, for confirming this as well. So Shane, trying to get out of it, is telling Peter, oh, well, I couldn't invite you because you and Trisha are fighting. Yet Trisha and Peter filmed a collab a couple days after.
Why?
Bye, Rob.
I don't even know why I didn't pick up on it at the time, but I think I kind of did, honestly. I think I kind of like remembering back, I'm kind of like, well, that's weird that he says that. Because Trisha actually texted me the very next day, and I looked through my text messages, and I do have them. When I was in, she said, oh my God, you and Shane are in Vegas together. And I said, yeah. And she said, if I had known that, no, she said that to me that day. And she said, if I had known that, I would have flown out there and met you guys, which was where I.
It's one thing that Shane never takes responsibility, but it's another thing that at the time he was willing to throw all of his friends onto the bus rather than take it. An ounce.
That to him, and he said, Trisha Paytas is, he goes, well, Trisha is a pathological liar. Shane Dawson said so much horrific shit about Trisha Paytas, Tana Mojo, Jake Paul, everybody that day, right? He really said a lot of nasty shit about Trisha Paytas. So for him then to insinuate that the reason that he didn't invite me over to his house for this Amelia fart video was because things were awkward between Trisha Paytas and I was so bizarre.
He was the one talking shit about Trisha.
Same room with him and Trisha Paytas because he was afraid that I might say, well, didn't you say that Trisha Paytas was a pathological liar? Because this is one of the things, okay?
She found out a couple of years later.
That I will come out with the truth, okay? And they've said that to me before. Well, I know you're not somebody that's scared to come out and tell it. Well, I'm not scared to come out and tell it anymore. For a long time I was. And a long time, this was the thing, right? When I came out and I said that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star's collab palette was a cash grab, I got so decimated about that. Now, if y'all want to know another story, okay, because people say, oh, I'm so bitter I didn't get that collab. If you guys want me to read you the text messages between Shane Dawson and me where he basically forced that collab on me and said he was sending it to me, and I said I was going to give it to you. I said, I don't want it. Don't send it to me. He goes, oh, no, it's already sent. I already FedExed it to you tonight because I was so upset you weren't on the list. Well, why wasn't I on the list? If you said I was originally on the list, he sent me his receipt of how I was on the list and all this kind of stuff trying to prove to me because he was so pissed that I came out in video and said something about it, and then everybody came for me. So he was pissed that I came out in video and said I didn't get it.
Isn't it so crazy to imagine that the end of the world for Shane Dawson at a time period was Peter Monn saying that the conspiracy palette was a cash grab? Jesus, how does it respond now to all the videos?
Bitter about getting the collab. I didn't want that fucking collab, okay? I tried to get online for 5 hours and buy that to give to somebody that was a super fan that I was going to do, a super fan of theirs, not mine, that I was going to do a video with, okay? That was just a mom here in Indiana that she and I drove around and did videos for a couple hours. And when he sent me the whole thing, I said, you can send it to me, but I don't want it, and I'm going to give the whole thing to her because she loves you guys. And I did. And I showed that all on video. So if you want to see that whole exchange about how, like, oh, no, I wanted to give this to you, and I wanted you to open it, and it meant so much to me, and all this kind of bullshit about that kind of stuff. He was so pissed that I called that out for being a cash grab. You want to see how this man really is behind the scenes? I got all those fucking text messages, too, okay? So anyway, that's what happened in the whole situation with LA. Now, I brought this up in a video the other day because I was trying to kind of show who Shane Dawson is as a person, okay? I also brought up the fact that Shane Dawson, that I given him this idea about doing a documentary on stalkers and Christina Grimmie and things like that, right? Because I knew that, and I've said this many times in videos, that James Charles had an entire idea for a 10-part series that was about the beginning of the Morphe.
10 parts for the Morphe palette? Fuck me, James. Listen, oh my God, I'll be on James's side when it comes to his idea being stolen by Shane and Jeffree because I think it was a great idea. But 10 episodes for the fucking Morphe palette? Oh, James, nobody's watching that.
Palette.
9 too many, 10 too many.
And through there, he was going to talk about drama channels and all this kind of stuff, and myself, and Here for the Tea, we're going to be involved in that, and all this kind of stuff. Shane Dawson became an integral part of that documentary series because he wanted to get everybody in a room, okay? Toddy Westbrook, Manny MUA, Jeffree Star, this is when they were all on good terms, right? He wanted to get them all in a room and have them question she and I together. Well, she wasn't down with all that, okay? So that was kind of how the whole thing fell apart, and then James Charles at the last minute was like, oh, NDAs need to be signed and all this kind of bullshit, and she's like freaking out. She's like, no, I'm not doing this. She's like, no. She's like, I can already see where this is going, and so the whole thing got canceled at the last minute because Shane Dawson told James Charles, I don't think this documentary is a good idea for you.
I remember that, and it was such a big thing where I just think it's so fucked up that Shane literally said to James, doing a series like this is not a good idea, just for him to create a series about his fucking palette. And he told James that the palette or the series was a bad idea because it was going to involve drama. Did Shane Dawson or did Shane Dawson not have the trailer for his makeup series be literally about the Tati Westbrook James Charles drama? Drama. Trauma. Generational trauma. And then he didn't even put it in the series.
And then Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson turned around and literally did the exact same documentary. And I'm not saying that James Charles doesn't deserve that, because I think James Charles is a piece of shit. But no matter what, okay, people want to sing the creative praises of Shane Dawson when everything that Shane Dawson does is somebody else's idea. Period. End of story. Okay, so somebody sent me this Reddit thread. And I just happened to, I don't read everything that people send me, but I was just looking through it.
I love those glasses.
Shane Dawson read it, and it says, Peter Monn alleges that Shane stole an idea from him to surprise Amelia Fart, and the whole thing goes on to explain it, and then people are like, what happened to Amelia Fart, and all this kind of stuff, and they're explaining that she posts on TikTok, she's got a Patreon, all this kind of stuff. And then somebody said, I hope he tells us 20 stories about Shane's in the video. I said, like, I've got 20, 40 stories about Shane Dawson. It's amazing that we think we finally have the complete picture of what a terrible person Shane is, and then more stories come out, and it's like, how can it get any worse? And then it gets worse. Here's the thing with Shane's stories, okay? Shane's stories, I don't think, like, if any of them I told you, you'd be like, oh my God, that's so shocking. Like, I was kind of surprised, because a lot of people, and I even got texted by several, like, bigger YouTubers that watch my videos and were like, I'm really surprised and I'm sorry that Shane did that to you. And I'm like, I didn't even really think it was that big of a deal. I just use it as an example to prove, like, let's be very clear about this, okay? I have fully moved on from this situation, moved on it after that weekend, could care less. People are like, you bring this up. I'm a drama fucking commentary channel, okay? This is what I do, is I talk about these people. This is proof and evidence to who they are as people, right? It's not me not, like, sitting here going, oh my God, I can't believe that Shane Dawson stole that idea. It's not about all that, okay? You know, it's about explaining who he is as a person. And I was kind of surprised that so many people responded the way they did and were like, oh my God, I can't believe that he did this to you. That's the thing. Like, any of these stories that I told you about Shane Dawson I don't think they're anything that you'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. Like, they're not like career ruining.
They all make sense, yeah, but them all being put together just kind of further proves that, oh, he's done it to another person. And I'm protective of Peter Monn, so.
It's a very clear picture of who Shane Dawson is. And Shane Dawson has his hand in everything, number one, okay? Number two, because when I tell you, like, oh, Shane, this person reached out to me about Shane, that person reached out to me about, and you're like, well, all these people are from different communities. How does Shane have all of these same people in all these different communities that he's manipulating, right? Oh, and he talks to them all the same way, and the way that he talks to you is the same way they talk to this other drama commentary channel, and then the same way they talk to, I mean, it's mystifying, okay? No wonder the man is so stressed out, because it's like, you know, when you tell a lie to your parents or your parents and your teacher and you don't want them in the room at the same time because you're so afraid that they're going to figure it out.
Oh, it's like the entire community he's lied to. Yes.
They're going to be like, oh, well, Shane Dawson's a liar, right? Okay. So it goes on, and all these people are like, you know, pretty positive about the whole thing. Somebody said, I remember when this happened, what a crappy thing to do. And someone said, Shane stealing Trisha's meetup is so sneaky. But then it kind of turns a little bit, okay? And somebody said, Peter's been telling this story about Amelia Fart for the past.
But it's the fact that the Amelia Fart situation meeting Trisha was supposed to be like a nice thing from Peter. And it was like Shane Dawson stole a nice thing. Like, anything that he's ever done charitable or nice or whatever, he's always doing it for a certain kind of outcome of being seen as the nice one or the savior, the daddy of YouTube.
For years, I'm surprised he's still salty over it. I'm not salty over that. If I've been telling it for the last 3 years, I really honestly don't remember, but maybe I have, I guess. Somebody said, I don't think it's as much him being salty as it is him explaining why he dislikes Shane. It's not even about me disliking Shane, because to be honest with you, and I know people don't believe this, it's really about, I really have no, you know, like they say the opposite of love and hate is, now I can't think of the word, people are shouting it, but I have no emotional attachment to the man whatsoever. You know, when I first started on YouTube, the reality is
Because you were messaging drama channels.
Do not fool myself into ever thinking that I had any kind of real relationship with these people. We spoke a couple times, well, more than a couple times in text messages and phone calls and things like that with a lot of these different people. I don't think I was ever their friend. I don't think I ever had friendships with them. The opposite of love and hate is indifference. I feel completely indifferent to it. I feel probably...
Oh, I would have never guessed that.
So liberating to me that in my career on YouTube that I can talk about these people and really talk about it from the outside looking in. I think if I were who I am today, these people would never have had relationships with me, because I think that who I am today would never have allowed himself to be manipulated. I allowed myself to be manipulated. And I put that on me. That's my responsibility. I don't put that on anybody else. I was a grown-ass man, okay? That was being shined on by these people, you know? Part of it was because I wanted some information. Part of it was, but it was information I was never going to use until today. So anyway... somebody said,
until today.
He told the story at least 6 or 7 times before. 6 and 7 times over 7 years, so what's that, 1 time a year? At a certain point, he should move on because it comes off very childish. He's a 51-year-old man. Well, thank you for getting my age right, because people usually age me up. And I would admit to that, like, if it is me telling it because I can't get over it, then I do agree that's completely childish. But that's really, to be honest with you, that's not.
But even still, it's still something that you've lived through, so you can talk about it what you want to fucking talk about.
And you're going to believe what you want to believe. That's not really what
51 and fierce, by the way.
Somebody said, he stole my opportunity to let someone meet Trisha Paytas. Sir, you're like 50. Is this really something you care about? No. What I care about is people understanding the character of Shane Dawson. That's what I care about, is that people really understand. This person says in here, he talks about, this is right here, the language and the speak of one of my biggest haters, okay? This is the kind of shit that they say because they know this drives me crazy. He talks about forgiveness and moving on in his Peterism's channel, but doesn't apply his spiritual messages and beliefs to his own life, which seems hypocritical. I used to follow his channels, but unsubscribed because of his constant anger, bickering, and negativity. He used to be so funny and entertaining, but his demeanor has changed to being grumpy, cursing, and bullying. So I don't think that this video right here comes across as grumpy, cursing, and bullying. And I don't feel like I'm angry, bickering, or negative in this video. I'm just sharing some truths, but I appreciate your opinion about that. Forgiveness for me.
He said, I appreciate your opinion. As shitty as it is.
About it so that you don't get held hostage to the past, okay? I do not feel like Shane Dawson did anything to me that I really need to forgive him for. Shane Dawson is somebody that I had a work relationship with on YouTube, okay? I'm not Daniel Prado with Colleen Ballinger. I wouldn't even ever have considered us close friends. I met the man one time and text messaged him maybe like 20 times. I never considered the man a close person to me. I don't have the desire or the need to forgive him. If he feels like I need to forgive him, Shane Dawson, you're completely forgiven, okay? What am I doing to it to not be held hostage to the past? Well, I did that a long time.
You're talking about stories that make sense on your channel. Leave this man alone.
And people continue to see through it, and I witness that he hasn't changed. For me to share with people what his true character is like, that really has nothing to do with forgiveness or my personal belief systems. That has to do with my job as a drama commentary channel. And if you don't really understand the difference of that, then I totally understand why you needed to unsubscribe to me, and I think that was probably a good choice. And I, you know, if you find my videos to be angry, negative, bickering, and childish, maybe they ain't changing. So I don't know what to tell you, okay? Go find some cat smiling videos or something like that. And then it goes on, and then somebody says, he's been talking about this forever. No one even really knows who Amelia is anymore. Well, that's not true. She still has quite a following, but I don't remember the last time I talked about this anymore, honestly. And then somebody said, I remember Amelia being at Shane's house during a video Morgan made. Now, this is where people are talking about, like, when Amelia and Shane have been friends. And this person says, Amelia and Shane have been friends for a while. Peter is lying again, okay? This is why I'm making this video tonight, right here. You're the reason, right here, that I'm making this, this video, okay? Somebody said, I mean, all this he said, she said type of drama. Frankly, there's so much already out there. How about, well, I mean, there is, but, like... I mean, isn't all drama commentary kind of he said, she said bullshit? Like, I mean, let's just be for real, right? Like, isn't that what it all is? I mean, I've never fooled myself with that, have you? Like, I've never really taken myself that seriously. That's why I say I'm a candle review company. I don't take myself that seriously, okay? I know that some people do, but anyway. Peter Monn needs to grow up, dear God. Oh my God, I do though. Okay, and then somebody said, Shane has been friends with Amelia. She has been in at least one video of Morgan's too. And then somebody said,
at least one other video. Fuck me, best friends, right? They're like that.
Things that are not true is really the reason why I'm going to start standing up and telling myself, even if I have to read DMs. And listen, for a long time there has always been kind of this this go-to of like, we shouldn't read DMs, we shouldn't read, you know, text messages and things like that. There are certain things, and I will be editing certain things out here, okay? There are certain things that I would never betray somebody's trust with, all right? There are things that people have told me, there are things that Shane Dawson has told me, there are things Jeffree Star has told me, there are things Trisha Paytas has told me that I would never betray their trust, okay? Whether they're true or whether they're false. And I believe many of them to be false, okay? To emotionally manipulate me to think a certain way about things. But no matter what, I would never share those things. I'm only going to share facts to the contrary. So when people want to come out and say, Peter did this, no, 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 no. The reason I'm doing this is...
No. Well, you don't want to talk about 9/11.
People want to call me out for being a liar and a gossip. So let's get into these text messages, shall we? So I went back in here because I was like, well, maybe I'm forgetting what all happened. So I went in here and I looked at my text messages. First of all, I want to show you guys some pictures, okay? So this is from February 27th, or 26th of 2019. I don't know if you can see it. People are like, turn down your brightness. Okay, let me go in here and see. If I turn down my brightness, people are always like, if you turn down your brightness, I don't even know how to do it. You'll be able to show your pictures, okay? Oh, wait, here it is.
You've got it, Peter. You've got it.
So if I go in here, now I can show my pictures? Okay, let's see.
I love seeing text messages. I love seeing text messages.
From February 26th of 2019. Oh, it does work! Oh my God, you're such geniuses. Okay, so that is Amelia Fart and I. And that is from February 26th of 2019. Then this is from the next day.
Him just holding up the blurriest photo ever.
Okay, February 27th of 2019. And that is me and Trisha Paytas, okay? And then this is from August 26th of 2018. And this is me and Shane Dawson meeting at the Cosmopolitan Las Vegas.
Okay, Peter. Whenever I do things like this, look. Wait, let me show you. Okay, wait. So, if I don't think this camera is like it, but if I did this, it's really overexposed. I don't know if it's just because of your lighting, but if you really want your camera to pick up on it, put it to the lowest lighting setting. Oh, and then it goes up again. You may do it because you're filming outside, so it may be adjusting, but that's just what I always did. That's what I did, love. In it.
Okay, 6 months prior to that. So I just want to make the timing of that. When people say of how this all timing went, I want to make sure that I'm very, very clear about that. Now, because I'm old, I need to put the brightness back up on my phone. I'm not going to be able to read these text messages. Okay, so let's get into this.
Not Tinder on my phone. Ignore.
I know I didn't ask anybody about permission of reading these text messages. These are my fucking text messages, and I'll read them if I choose to read them. Okay, so Trisha texted me, and this was on the 26th of 2019 at 9:45 a.m. Hey, babe, text me about today. I don't want to intrude on what you and Amelia are shooting, but maybe I'll come over. What time do you think you'll wrap up and surprise her, and we can film too? Now, I'd never asked Trisha if she wanted to film before, okay?
Okay, so that's Trisha on board with the idea whenever it's Peters.
Responded to her at 2:01 p.m. Oh my God, are you kidding? I die. I know you're going through a tough time right now, so I don't want to bother you. Whatever is best, I'm heading over there at 1, okay? Which I don't know why that came up at 2:01 p.m., but it did. And then I said, we're going to finish up here in a bit, so let me know if you're still interested. Okay, this was at like 6 o'clock, 6:17. If you're still interested, if not, I'm free the rest of the day. Just let me know. Hope you're well. Okay, then she texted me back and she said, hey, love, today is getting away from me. What time do you leave tomorrow? I'll be done with hair and makeup around 10 a.m. You're more than welcome to come to my house, or we can get breakfast or lunch or whatever, or all the above. I might still be able to make today work, but I look a hot mess. LOL, tomorrow I'll be a Trish, LOL. And then she talked about where she lived and things like that, okay? And I said, okay, and then she told me what time to come the next day and all that kind of stuff because she said that day would not work for her. Okay, so then I cross-referenced.
God, it's so... The amount of YouTubers that were just, like, inviting drama channels to their home. Fucking hell.
Shane Dawson's text messages. So this was at 2:25 the same day, okay?
Okay, so Peter is currently painting the picture, I think, of... Oh, Chloe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm sending love to your family. I think Peter is currently painting the picture of Trisha was on board for the idea when it was Peter's. And then I assume Shane swoops in now.
I said, because this was when Amelia told me that she was going over to meet with Shane Dawson, okay? So I was like, I think I'm going to be a little shady here, and I'm going to try to get in and see if he's going to be honest with me about these plans.
Oh, so when Trisha was saying, baby, the night's getting away from me, can we do tomorrow? She was going to Shane's instead to do the Amelia idea with Shane? Oh, these people are so rude!
Okay, since Trisha must have told him, okay, that, because what happened in between here, the text message.
Peter's better than me. I would have shown up, if Shane had already sent me his address to, like, invite me in the past, I would have shown up and be like, hey guys, hi!
Not saying is that Shane reached out to Amelia, okay, and was like, hey, like, why don't you come over to my house, blah, 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 whatever. That was why Trisha said she was going to come over, and then the last minute she said the day was getting away with her, okay, because she was going over to Shane's house that night. So when I put two and two together, I was like, oh, well, let me reach out to Shane and see what Shane has to say about all this, right? So I said, hey, Shane, I know it's a kind of last minute and you're busy. This is while I'm filming. I'm sitting across from Amelia in her Airbnb while she's doing her makeup, and she's telling me about getting ready to go film with Shane Dawson, okay? I said, and you're busy filming, but I'm in town, and I'll be here till tomorrow, so if you're around, free, have a minute to meet up, let me know, no obligations. He said, hey, what time do you leave tomorrow? We are filming all day, but I'm not sure what time we'll be done. And I said, LOL, it's cool. I'm meeting up with Trisha and flying out tomorrow. And then, this was right after we were having dinner. And I said, because I put her in the Uber, which is what I said the other day in the video, and people want to call me a liar. I said, LOL, it's cool. I'm meeting up with Trisha and flying out tomorrow. I'm sending Amelia to you in her Uber right now. LOL.
Oh, it's just like Peter saying, I know that you're lying to me right now. Amelia's on the way since you can't hang out tonight. And enjoy inviting Trisha.
We filmed today. Treat my girl right. I love her. LOL. Maybe next time. Thanks for getting back, though I appreciate it. Now, for all the people out there that want to say that Shane Dawson and Amelia Fart had a relationship prior to me and that this was not him or whatever, he said, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I love her so much. I hope she likes me. Is that how you talk about somebody that you've met a million times before? That you hope that they like you? Ooh. She like them or not? And okay, good. To be honest, I was going to surprise Amelia tonight with Trish, so I've been trying to coordinate that, and I wasn't sure if you and Trish, this is after I already knew that she was going out there, okay? I already knew what was going on, all right? So he knows I know, so this is how he shines me on, right? Oh, and I already said, I've sent her in the Uber on the way to you. I was going to surprise Amelia tonight with Trish, so I've been trying to coordinate that, and I wasn't sure if you and Trish were on good terms or not. I feel like last time I saw you, something was weird with you guys. Last time I saw you, I've seen him one time in my entire life, and that was in August when he was talking mad shit about Trisha Paytas calling her a pathological liar. Or maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Yeah, you're remembering it wrong because you were talking mad shit about Trisha Paytas, Shane Dawson, just like you talked mad shit about everybody else. Like you talked about Jeffree Star to Gabby Hanna and said that he still uses the same racist language, okay? But now you don't want to admit to that. Just like you talked about Jake Paul to me, just like you talked about Tana Mojo to me, just like you talked about a lot of people, okay? Just like you talked about me to other people, all right? Let's not get it twisted, Shane Dawson. You are the common denominator talking shit to everybody, all right? I don't know, haha, always some drama that I'm always late.
Oh my God.
No, you're usually right in the middle of it, Shane, and I think you know that. I would have had you come tonight, but I just didn't want to make it awkward for you guys, but I guess I was wrong, haha. I totally understand, Shane. Don't even worry about it. She's so excited about meeting you, and I already got to, so I just wanted her to have fun. I kind of wondered if you were surprising her with Trisha, because I already knew, because I put two and two together. I figured you were. I love Trisha at that, something about, I texted Trisha at that time, I thought she was, She texted me later that night, so I guess it's all good. Amelia is fantastic. I had so much fun hanging with her today. You'll love her even more in person. He has not met her in person, see? Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you guys are okay, me and Trisha and I, right? I should have just asked her hi. I was just trying to avoid awkward stuff. Hope you guys have fun tomorrow. I'm glad you guys are good. I think
God, he's so... I'm just like willing to throw Trisha under the bus. God. No, but you have a problem with Trisha. I couldn't invite you. Bitch! We already told you we're meeting up tomorrow.
Thanks. Yeah, I always feel like I'm harassing people, so I never know if I'm being overboard for contacting them. Thanks for understanding. Have fun tonight. And then he said, stop it. We love you. Andrew said beast 7 times today. Haha, just in conversation. We forever stand. This is the manipulation that goes on behind the scenes, okay? Between these people. I would love to know what Shane Dawson has said to Andrew about all this kind of shit. But I will tell you this, what I do know. Now, I will tell you this. Shane Dawson never asked me when I met him or any other time to sign an NDA. But I know for a fact that he has had other people or asked other people who declined to sign NDAs that say that they are good forever. Okay? Not just till the end of a project, not just till the end of a video, but they are good forever. So what is Shane Dawson so worried about? Now, if I can read a few text messages, okay, that show that he was just trying to put some video together and have his moment with, really what it was that he just wanted to have his moment alone, being the one, because if you go watch the video, okay, what it is he's so excited to surprise Amelia Fart with Trisha Paytas. Trisha had already probably told him, well, I'm going over to Amelia's because Peter's going to surprise me with, well, we should do it at my house tonight. Let me arrange the whole thing, okay? Well, what about Peter? Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. That's how the whole thing went down. The man does not have an original idea, okay? People want to act like I'm bitter about it. Listen, like y'all said, where's Amelia Fart? She's doing her own thing. I haven't talked to her in years, okay? I don't talk to Trisha Paytas. I don't talk to Shane Dawson. Trust me, I ain't ate up with it anymore. But I want y'all to know what kind of person this is. And this is like the least of it. This is like the least of his shadiness of how he keeps everybody going and talking about everybody, you know? This is the least of it. Y'all have no idea. You have no idea how thirsty this man is.
The coke.
This man, I can remember being on a beach, okay, being on a beach in Miami Beach. People talk about me being ate up with this stuff and being thirsty, okay, or other drama channels. I can remember being on a beach in Florida, and this man started texting me, asking me, okay, about all different kind of drama channels. I'm like, I am on a beach with my husband, okay, enjoying a vacation in Miami, all right? Now I don't know why you're so consumed with it, okay? That Trisha Paytas told me back in the day that he knew everybody's numbers, he knew what their subscriber counts were, he knew who was up and coming, things like that. Why do you think he's got his TV tuned to that social blade 24 hours a day? He knows who people's numbers are. The second after, the very first message that he ever DM'd me was about once I was getting 1 million video views a month, he said, I hope that you're monetizing your channel because you can be making money off of that. I had never really ever interacted with Shane Dawson before. But you guys sit here and think that we just pull this shit out of our ass. These people aren't good people. No. But I'm going to stand up for myself. People are going to call me liars and gossipers and say that didn't true, and Shane knew Amelia. Shane didn't know fucking Amelia before that. Shane didn't even know Amelia Fart was in Los Angeles, okay? Until I was doing the video. He didn't even know about that. Until Trisha said to him on the phone probably, Peter's going to arrange this meeting with me and Amelia Fart. He knew Amelia Fart was his up-and-coming thing, because you have to remember, at that time, Shane Dawson has always done videos with people that are up-and-coming, okay? To cross-pollinate his audience to get big and huge, okay? When he saw what Jeffree Star was doing with the drama commentary channels, that's why he got friendly with all the drama commentary channels, because he thought they could boost them up as well. Amelia Fart, at the time, every video she was doing was getting
That was the worst mistake of his life. Well, maybe not, actually.
Perfect time for him to get this person that she's going to be the next big thing on YouTube, and I'm going to introduce her to Trisha Paytas. We're going to do this video together. That's what it was about to Shane Dawson. That's who he is as a person. He only cares about the views. He only cares about the money. He doesn't care about the moment. So don't tell me I'm better, okay? Y'all need to be turning that camera towards Shane Dawson, because Shane Dawson is the one, he's the one that's better, not me, okay? Listen, I got things to do, like go up and watch, I don't think
All right, we will leave it there, but wow, that was a intense video from Peter. That was, Peter, the horse is here. That, I just, you think you've gotten a broader understanding of these people, and then you find something else out like this. And I hope Peter doesn't listen to these people here telling him to shut up, because first of all, I was entertained for 54 minutes straight, but, and I know all of you were as well, but it's just like, this is something he's lived through. And if this had happened to any one of the people being like, stop talking about it, they'd be talking about it for years. And by the way, Peter wasn't even talking about it for years. This is honestly the first time I've heard Peter talk about this. Leave him alone! Leave him alone! Leave him alone. Anyway, that was intense.